Yo, what's good, guys? Long time no see. So, recently I have been absolutely loving Melfi Tri-Brigade. I have been playing this deck a ton, trying out different ratios, different variants. This variant that I'm playing right here is much more heavy on the Melfi package than some of the more recent variants, but it is also, in my opinion, the more fun variant. For the opening hand, you see I have an Ash Blossom Rescue Cat, Revolt, Fractal, and a Melfi Puppy. My opponent unfortunately opened up with the Red Eyes Black Dragon, Fogblade, Kage Mucha Knight, Torn Scales, and an Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is pretty good in this matchup. For the PK player, we're going to start off with the Fractal effect here. We're going to send a copy of Kit, which will send a copy of Nerval. The really standard Tri-Brigade stuff here. So off the Nerval, I will add the Keras here because it is an extender that if my Rescue Cat gets negated, I can continue on with my plays. So we are going to normal summon the Rescue Cat, which will be met with the Effect Veiler. Not a problem. This is the exact same reason that we searched Keras here. So we're going to use the Keras effect, pitching the Melfi Puppy, special summoning it from our hand. We're going to be using the Keras effect to banish 2 here to bring out the Farigite, and since we hard opened the Revolt, we don't really care about Bearbrum here. We could just save it on for a later play. So here we're just going to link off into a 3 material Appaloosa. We're going to set the Revolt. We're not going to use the Farigite here just because we have everything we want. We have an Appaloosa, we have an Ash Blossom, we have a Revolt. I mean, the Farigite, really, we don't want to shuffle either one of these two back. So our opponent will draw these Silent Boots for their turn, going to normal summon the Torn Scales and activate the Kage Mucha Knight effect to special summon itself. And from here, we're just going to use the Revolt and whoa, automatic scoop from our opponent. Because if we banish the Torn Scales there is absolutely nothing they can do. They would still have to play through an Appaloosa, and they would also have to play through an Ash Blossom, and that's just not happening. But yeah, I mean, it kind of was risky. I mean, if they had a Psychic Tracker or something, they could have maybe continued to play on, but looks like we made the right decision there. So for game number 2, I open up with the Dark Ruler No More, which is super clutch to draw into, a copy of Tenki, Fractal, Obedience Skull, and another copy of Fractal. So essentially, a 3 Fractal hand kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Our opponent opened up with the Kage Mucha Knight, Graph, Veiler, Boots, and a Fogblade. So yeah, they're going to get to go off here. They're going to normal summon the Boots, use the Kage Mucha Knight effect to special summon it, go into the Cherubini here. Cherubini will likely send a PK card, I believe. Yeah, so he's going to send a copy of Torn Scales. Since he does already have the Graph in hand, he's going to banish the Silent Boots from the graveyard, getting a copy of another Fogblade in hand. Already 3 interruptions in hand that we're going to have to put up with. So they're going to use the Torn Scales effect to special summon itself. Since Boots was banished, Torn Scales will pitch the Graph here, sending the Ragged Gloves to the graveyard. Ragged Gloves, or sorry, not Ragged Gloves. Graph will activate here, special summoning the Seer, and here's the typical play where they go into the Rusty Bardiche, and the Seer will special summon out the Cherubini. And honestly, this deck has so much potential for this new format just because Crossout Designator, I think, probably enables this deck to do so much more, to be able to play through Nibiru, play through multiple hand traps. Honestly, this deck was already pretty good for a tier 2 or a rogue deck. So they're going to add the Boots to hand here, special summon the Boots. They're going to overlay, go into a copy of Levier, which is really good, because now they get to bring back the Ancient Cloak. That's another material for them. They're going to use the Shade Brigandine since they do not have a trap card in their graveyard yet. They're going to link 4 here, going to an Appaloosa. Thankfully, we do have the Dark Ruler No More, so we won't have to worry about that too much. They're just going to fast play here, banishing the Gloves and banishing the Fogblade to bring out the Boots. Boots is going to get banished. And the Levier will be the second material to go into the Verte Anaconda here, paying 2,000 life points, sending the Red Eyes Dragon and the Dark Magician to go into the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Do you guys think that after Burst of Destiny comes out, will a lot of people still be playing Dragoon, or will a lot of people make the switch to Phoenix Enforcer? Let me know your answers down in the comments below. Personally, I think people are still going to play Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. I think people are going to play both because both do have their advantages. Phoenix Enforcer, much more splashable, but Dragoon overall is a much stronger card if you can play around with the restrictions of Red Eyes Fusion. So, for turn, I will draw into the Tri-Brigade kit. We're going to start off with Dark Ruler no more. We absolutely have to, because if we start with anything else, we risk getting negated with a Dragoon, we risk getting negated with an Appaloosa. So, we killed 2 birds with 1 stone there. We're going to activate Tenki Search. Unfortunately, for the 3rd copy of Fractal here, would have loved to open something else, but it is what it is at this point. We're going to use the Fractal effect here, see if maybe we can bait on Ash Blossom or something in hand. Looks like it's a no-go, no Ash in hand, so we're going to send the kit, send the Nerval, and Nerval will add us a copy of, I believe I'm going to add Keras here. Yep, so Keras is the add. We are going to normal summon Fractal here, see if anything eats a negate. Oh, well, okay, sorry, so I'm just going to explain. For anyone wondering, why didn't I just go for Obedience School here? Well, because Obedience School unfortunately has the restriction that you cannot special summon monsters except beast monsters for the rest of the turn after the card resolves. So, if I resolve Obedience School, if you think about what's in my extra deck in terms of beast monsters, I'm not clearing this board, right? So there's absolutely no reason for me to do that. I have to play through with the Tri-Brigade monsters here. So that is why I normal summoned the Fractal and I didn't go for the Obedience School play. So we're going to use the Fractal effect here. We're going to banish 2. That will be met with the Fog Blade. Not a problem whatsoever. We have the Keras in hand. We're going to pitch a copy of, well, it doesn't matter which one here since we already used Kit's effect. We're going to special summon the Keras, use the Keras effect to banish 2. That will be met with the 2nd Fog Blade. We're going to link those off, go into a Farragut, and personally, I thought it was unclear here. I thought maybe I might actually have a chance to play through double Fog Blade, Appaloosa, and a Dragoon, because now we can use Farragut's effect, or attempt to use Farragut's effect to special summon the kit, but unfortunately, this guy had the Valor in hand too. He just had absolutely everything, but you can see how freaking close we were to playing through this entire board. Just unfortunate that that had to occur. I'm going to go into the battle phase here to crash my Farragut. Use the Farragut effect, see if I can maybe dig for anything here. Unlikely, because I don't think I boarded into anything that deals with this. We draw another Dark Ruler no more. It doesn't really do anything here. We're going to Obedience School, but unfortunately, after I resolve Obedience School, I kind of realized, hey, there is absolutely nothing I can do to break this board. So I am just going to chain link to Scoop Days. We are going to go on to game number 3. And let's see how this goes down. So I did lose game number 2, so I will opt to go first here. And we are going to open up with a Kit, Fractal, Rescue Cat, Obedience School, and a Revolt. That is an amazing, amazing, amazing opening. My opponent opens up with the Lantia. Oof, that is going to hurt. Tour Guide, Ancient Cloak, Psychic Tracker, and another Ancient Cloak. So we will start off our turn with the Fractal here. Seeing if we can bait out the Ash Blossom as per usual, sending the Kit, sending the Nerval, and the Nerval will add us a copy of Keras to hand. So yeah, no Ash Blossom, so I do maybe feel like maybe I'm good to go. So we will activate Obedience School. That gets the clear from our opponent. We get to summon out the Melffy Puppy, the Melffy Caddy, and the copy of Kit. Now, some of you might think that, hey, maybe it was a little bit unnecessary to go into Fractal here, but the way I see it is, I think it was more important to maybe get out an Ash Blossom, negate there, and like make sure my Obedience School resolved, as opposed to, hey, let me Obedience School and then worry about it later. Plus, after this resolves, I'm locked into Beast anyways, so yeah, I do think it is most optimal to go for the Fractal there first. So we are going to link off those two, go into the Farragut here. Farragut effect will allow us to special summon the Keras. As that comes out, our opponent is going to throw out the Lantia so that we cannot banish with Keras and cannot use the effect. That is completely fine. We can still keep playing. Not a problem, because we already opened up the Revolt. So yeah, the Bearbrum does not matter here. So we're going to go into the Joyous Melffys, which does give us 2 interruptions on our opponent's turn, which is fantastic. We're going to set the revolt and we're going to end our turn. So our opponent is going to use the Twin Twister, pitching the cloak, targeting our set revolt. And see, this is why the Melffy package is so freaking good, because I can still revolt here. I can go into Shurag and I don't have to use the Shurag effect. So we're going to bring out the Nerval, the kit, another kit, and a copy of Fractal. We're going to use all 4 of those to go into a copy of Shurag here. And yeah, we don't have to use the effect. So when the Joyous Melffys, if it resolves successfully, we can still use the Shurag Banish, which is freaking amazing. So here, what is our opponent going to do? Or sorry, I forgot. Yeah, so we're going to do Chainlink 1, Nerval, Chainlink 2, Kit. Kit will send a Fractal, and Nerval will add us a copy of Keras. Yeah, we still have a potential Shurag Banish. We have a potential pop with the Joyous Melffys, not the Exceeds card itself, but when we bring out the puppy. And then the other amazing play that we can do here is we can actually go into a Herald of Arclight, which hopefully you'll get to see in a little bit. So yeah, on the normal summon of Tour Guide, we are going to change the Joyous Melffys effect, targeting itself to bring it back to our extra deck. This will allow us to special summon 2 level 2 or lower beast monsters from our graveyard. Obviously, the cards that we're going to pick are the 2 Melffy cards, the Puppy and the Caddy. So the Tour Guide will resolve here. We will do Chainlink 1 Puppy because that's the more important one, and Chainlink 2 Caddy in case they have an Ash Blossom to interrupt our play. Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot. Actually, Chainlink 3 Shurag. Shurag is going to banish the Graph, which is the perfect play here because now we avoid the Graph going into the graveyard, getting them access to another monster. So the Caddy will bounce back to hand, adding a Hop Ear Squadron, and then the Puppy will bounce back to hand, summoning the Kalantosa from our deck. Kalantosa will activate here, popping the Tour Guide, and our opponent will just immediately leave the duel because now they can't do anything. They don't have access to any monster on board, so they can't even summon out the Psychic Tracker. And even if they did have anything else on the resolution of the Kalantosa, I would have just used the Hop Ear Squadron effect, used the Kalantosa and the Hop Ear Squadron to go into a Herald of Arclight. So anything that's sent from deck or hand would be banished. And in general, it would have been an Omni Negate, and dude, there is no way that they would have been playing through that. So yeah, dude, honestly, this is the most fun variation of the Melffy Tri-Brigade deck, hands down. Just the access to the Herald of Arclight makes it so damn good. I know, unfortunately, you do have to run more bricks, and alongside with the fact that you do run less hand traps, and those are just the 2 biggest drawbacks of the deck. But in general, Melffy Tri-Brigade is very powerful. Do not sleep on this variant of the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see a deck profile, let me know down in the comments below. I can whip one up for you guys. I am getting all the cards in real life, so it will be a real life deck profile. Thank you so much for watching. Also, guys, if you did enjoy the video, please remember to like and subscribe. With that said, this is Bear signing off. Peace, guys.